acceptance of those prayers. Yeah, I have experienced that in my life. If I can tell you a little story. It's okay, it's personal, but whatever. I was 16 and a half. It was 1962. And if nobody here looks old enough to remember the Cuban crisis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It was shortly before that, and America was under threat of nuclear war and whatnot. So I said to myself, and here's where my mother said, the bomb, still here. Anyway, how could it be that it's here, 1962, Mashiach isn't here yet, but I want the mitzvah of going to Israel, of walking on the land of Israel, right? And I'm afraid of nuclear annihilation, so I gotta go now. I was 16 and a half, this was 1962, right? Then the ticket was like $500, today it's like $5,000, the same amount, right? And people didn't travel as often to Israel.
Right.
So I came home one day from yeshiva, and I told my mother that I want to go to Israel this summer. Well, I'm not going to go into all the things that were said, but whatever the case is, she thought I was crazy. Actually thought I lost my mind completely, right? And whatever happened, it was going on for about a month, 6 weeks, and she really thought I lost my marbles. I'm completely, where are you going to do it from? I said, I have bar mitzvah money. He says, no. If you take a look in May 62, the stock market crashed. So my money was invested there. So I didn't have any money. And how are you going to pay for it? I said, I'm going. I'm going to Israel. That's it. My father had passed away. I was a kid. But my grandfather, Oliver Shalom, we grew up in his house. He had helped my mother. And my uncles and my aunts, the whole family gathered. The whole family, right? I come home from yeshiva, I needed the money the next morning to pay the ticket. I'm on the way home from yeshiva and I'm feeling great because I know that I'm going to get the money. I felt that positive, what I wanted. I come home and Baruch Hashem, my whole family was there. They sat me down in the couch in the corner and they all sat around me, right, in a semicircle. There's no room for escape. Now what's going on? What's this all about? And I said, I want to go to Israel. Why? Because I want the mitzvah of walking in Eretz Israel. It's a separate mitzvah. Walk 4 steps in Eretz Israel, you're guaranteed the world to come. I said, I need it. I want it. The only one in my family who had been to Israel till then was my grandfather, who was retired. He worked hard his whole life. Nobody else. It was not a time when people traveled as freely as they do today. You're crazy, you're out of your mind, this and that, back and forth. This was going on for about a half hour. And they're telling me it's not going to work. You can't go. Not possible. I said, I'm going. They said no. And I decided that this is a waste of time. Okay? I tuned everybody out. And I sat in the corner and I spoke to Hashem and I said, Hashem, I want to cry. That's what I did. They're talking to me. Everyone was tuned out. Didn't make a difference. You have teenagers? You know that happens, right? Okay. So I tuned out and I said, Hashem, I want to cry. And I sat there for about 5, 7, maybe 10 minutes. I don't remember how long. And I started crying. And then I said, Hashem, you know what? The Gemara says, many times the gates of prayer are closed, but the gates of tears are never closed. Now that I'm crying, I want to go to Israel. My prayer now, not for I want to cry, my prayer is I want to go to Israel. And I started crying, crying, crying. I want to go to Israel. Right? Don't ask me what happened. A minute or two later, the whole family picked themselves up. They walked into the next room, closed the door. They had a huddle for a few minutes. They came back, here's the check. If you really want what you're praying for, there's ways to get it done. There's ways you'll connect with Hashem in ways you'll never believe or understand, or it's impossible for you to ever really understand what happened, but the prayer will connect. And the answer to your prayer will be there. And I will say, thank Hashem, I've seen this quite a few times during my lifetime. My problem is I don't pray enough. But yes, you'll see it happen. Okay?
Question.
You'll connect.
I'm curious about Rabbi Nachman when he talks about happiness.
Yeah.
Suppose your happiness creates pain for someone else. That I think of a lashon hara, where you're not going to say something that could hurt someone, but you're saying something that's making you happy, but it does hurt someone because it creates envy or it creates pain for them. I'm thinking of a specific situation. We're standing with my 3 sons in a wonderful service, and you're feeling this emotion of the joy that you've had your whole life, all the blessings you've had. But what occurred to me at the time was there are people out there that don't have one child, one son, and here you're sitting with you're blessing your 3 cottages, and now the service is over. And the fact is, as a lashon hara, you would say, you're not saying to me, but that you're concerned that those people around you might have created pain for them, that they see someone who is having this great happiness, this joy, these blessings, and they don't have that. They've never had that. And I'm wondering how Rabbi Nachman would talk about something like that.
Well, the first thing would be you're not allowed to talk lashon hara.
Say again?
You're not allowed to talk lashon hara. So if you're happy when you speak lashon hara and it pains somebody else, that's no good. That's for sure.
No, I'm not talking about you haven't spoken, you haven't done anything. You just, the only thing is
But if you feel happy about something, you're not allowed to feel happy about what you have. You could pray for the other person who is suffering. You could pray for that childless person.
Well, you don't know them. I'm just saying, you're sitting among a
You're sitting.
congregation,
You
and
don't
you
know.
know among them there are people that
There's
have
no
not had
reason
that.
why you shouldn't feel happy.
Okay, I'm just saying, it just occurs to you, they've never had the nachas, they've never had the blessings, and you're there, and you do feel the happiness, but you're also aware that you may be
Yeah.
creating pain or sadness for others.
You are not creating it. If you were given this nachas, you were given it by Hashem, right? You're not
It's not
taking
intentional.
advantage of somebody else.
No.
No, you were blessed by Hashem with this.
That's right.
That person was given his lot in life, right? And that's how Rabbi Nachman would look at it. You have to take charge of your life, not the other guy's life.
You said that. I mean, that could be eating a challah and sitting down at a Shabbat meal. I mean, again, when others outside, don't have. Just it's
That's
the
going to
awareness.
happen your whole life.
It's the awareness, of course it is. It is.
Your
And
whole
you're aware
life.
of it, and you are
That-
happy. You're experiencing what.
That's why you have to be happy. You.
Oh, you're already
Right?
happy. You're very happy.
But when you are happy, when you smile, the whole world smiles with you.
I'm not
right?
disagreeing. I'm saying you're aware that
You're aware that there are others who are not so fortunate.
That's right.
And then you will automatically offer a prayer to Hashem to help the others get to it too. You'll have that. I have that. I know. I see many times people, Hashem bless them, they should have nachas, they should have simcha, they should, right? That's something eternal, but I have to feel happy with myself. And I fail a lot of times. but I try. Question?
What would you say is,
Louder.
what's a practical way to build that connection so that you can get to the place where your prayer is answered? Part one, and part two, how do you bring that connection into your home so your children feel it?
Well, the answer to the second part is you do it by example,
Yeah, but.
okay? But let's get the first part. You're really supposed to answer the first part first, and then the second part, right? How do you get to that? You are obstinate, and you sit there before Hashem, and you speak to Him, Hitbodedut, which is what we spoke about at the very beginning of the talk. Your private prayer to Hashem. Speak to Him. Pray to Him.
Even if you
The
don't
more
feel
you get,
anything.
even if
Even if you don't feel anything.
even if you don't feel anything, eventually you'll feel. Eventually it'll work. It'll spread throughout you. You're gonna flow with the feeling
Excuse me.
of Hashem. You will.
So just talk to Hashem.
Just talk to Hashem. Keep it up. Don't
Through-
slack.
Through like the written prayer or through your own.
Through your own tongue. There are written prayers. We have a book, I don't know if it's here, 50th Gate. Do you see it here? There's a prayers written by Rav Nosson. Do you have it there? No.
No.
Okay. Well,
You say it's
maybe
called the
you-
15th gate? Is that what it is?
50th.
50th, 50th.
Shar Hanun, the
Okay.
50th Gate. Rav Nosson has prayers meant for everybody. We have 7 volumes. The book is translated into 7 volumes, and it's available. You can get it from our office. Try 1 volume at a time, whatever. Just take a look and see what it says. These are prayers written by Rav Nosson. There are other prayer books, and the most powerful prayer of all is that which emerges from your heart. Okay? And if you do it, and you teach your children to pray to Hashem, then they will pray. They will also do it. Okay?
Thank you.
Questions?
Rabbi Nachman has a lot of what I sometimes think of as bumper stickers, very famous, maybe 1-2 liners.
Woman or bust. Yeah.
Mitzvah Gedol Lios B'Simcha Tamid, Kol Olam Kulo. But I remember being struck the first time I read Ein Shum Yesh Ba'Olam Klal, how Rabbi Nosson describes that Rabbi Nachman was grabbing onto his chair and shaking and repeating it over and over again. And why I never thought to ask this question really. I just kind of read it and wasn't honest with myself that I hadn't really understood it. Why specifically there did Rabbi Nachman have that reaction? Is there something unique about that?
Well, when he gave that lesson, it was 2 months. Huh?
What does that mean?
Oh, Ein Shimi Yish Ba'olam columns means there's no such thing as giving up hope. Never despair. Never. Okay? I believe Winston Churchill said it when the Germans were attacking England. But whatever. Rabbi Nachman, when he gave that lesson, it was 2 months before he passed away. His body was racked by tuberculosis, and he almost died. For the last few months of his life, he said it was totally by miracle. And he was talking about how people fall into a rut and they want to give up. And he said, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. If I did, we wouldn't have Breslov research today. Too many times I was faced with monumental